p.m. I'll show you our radar here, and you can see what's happening. Actually, most of our spots north and south of the lake are now seeing much more manageable rain. Although the bright green areas are flash flood warnings, we're seeing probably not as much of a potential for that as we get into the next hour or so. Most of this is manageable rain, but let's go and look at the cell that is prompting the tornado warning over in Mississippi. And this is what we're seeing. Now, when you see this kind of bowing section here, this is often indicative of strong winds. The winds are on this bowing out segment. So there are probably some high wind gusts with this cell, and also enough rotation to prompt a severe, or not even a severe thunderstorm warning, but a tornado warning. And also very interesting that a lot of times around something like this, sometimes on the northern end and the bottom end of a bowing segment like this, we can see little spin-ups happen. This is a pretty common setup, actually. So this is kind of what we're seeing on the southern end of this bow. We have some rotation right here very close to I-10, and that cell is going to be moving out to the northeast. And it is moving fast, so this will be a quick moving system. And as soon as we see this get over into officially outside of our area, which would be Harrison County and into Jackson County eventually, if this cell continues that way, we will go back to regular programming. But if you do happen to be in that red block, including Diamond Head, Mississippi, please go ahead and take cover right now. So the rotation is actually very close to Diamond Head. So here's Diamond Head. Here is the rotation. And when we show this, sometimes in our area, it's not extremely very kind of stark with the greens and reds wrapping around, but that would be what you would normally see with what we call couplet with our velocity product. This is showing storm rotation. So notice that this depends on winds going toward or away from the radar site in Slidell. Green colors on this map indicate winds going toward the radar, and red away. So these are moving away from that Slidell site over in Diamond Head, and this would be getting very close to Diamond Head where we have that rotation right now. So please, if you're in Diamond Head, we do have, of course, our safe spot that we really urge you to think about. That would be an interior part of your house. You could turn up the volume if you're watching on your TV so you can hear us and hear when the threat has ended. But this would be the spot where you want to go. Somewhere inside, maybe a hallway, a bathroom, something in the interior part of your house away from doors and windows, and just kind of stay there. You can stay and just kind of stay in that same spot if you can for another 5 or 10 minutes or so until this passes. Now let me track this quickly, because you're probably curious where this is heading and what time it's heading. So let me use our storm tracker tool to do that for you here. It is moving fairly fast, so let me get our tool set up with its current rate, and I will give you a quick idea of how fast this is going to be moving. Now, this is tentative. This isn't set in stone or perfect, but this is the general idea of when it will be moving off to the northeast. You can see it'll be around really close to Stennis, right now, around Kill, and then toward Diamond Head, probably not even quite at about 3 p.m., and then on toward other spots like Riceville by about 3:18 or so potentially, and then other locations getting into the kind of outer skirts of that warned area by about 3:20 or so. So again, just kind of cutting in to bring you this information. We'll take a quick look at the rest of the area in just a second, but this is really the spot where we're seeing the rotation right now. So just want to stress, if you're kind of in the Stennis, Kill, Mississippi, Diamond Head sort of area, this is the rotation that we're seeing. That might be a tornado. We have not seen this confirmed yet. We have no reports of it just yet. I'll check in with our chat and see if the National Weather Service has said anything like that. As far as I can see right now, north of the interstate in Hancock County, maybe a very brief spin up, they're saying. So this might be one of those where, it's expired or it's allowed to be canceled before the full time frame. But as of now, the tornado warning with the red box that you see extending around Diamond Head and off to the northeast. And officially right now it goes until 3:30. But again, we'll kind of see whether we're going to continue with as much rotation showing up. It does look like it's been perhaps weakening a little bit. We'll see. But I did want to give you a quick look. Of course, if you're in Diamond Head, Kill, in this area, please take cover and get to your safe spot right now, just in case there is indeed a tornado with the rotation with this thunderstorm. storm. But I wanted to give you a quick look at what else we have going on, because this is not the only warning. We do have the bright green boxes showing flash flood warnings, but the good thing is the rain moving into these spots now is much lighter than it was earlier. But earlier we did have some rainfall rates of 2 to 3+ inches per hour in a few pockets of these storms that have been moving through. But now we're seeing, in fact, even over the Slidell area, really not much heavy rain at all. In fact, some of the kind of northern part of that flash flood warned area is dry now, and we're seeing some lighter to moderate showers around the South Shore, around New Orleans, and over toward places like Destrehan and Norco and on toward La Place. That warning, by the way, was issued much earlier in the afternoon. So thankfully, we're not seeing a lot of super heavy rain moving back over these areas. There certainly will be rain in the next couple of hours. You can see the moderate showers moving off to the north and northeast, but we're not seeing really heavy downpours like we saw earlier. If we had continued with those at those rainfall rates, that would certainly cause some issues. But just to be safe, if you'd like to, if you're heading out and want to avoid especially New Orleans and some spots over in places west of New Orleans around Jefferson Parish and just different locations that tend to fill up with water, intersections you're aware of, underpasses that you know about and things like that, it wouldn't hurt to probably avoid those just in case. But again, thankfully, we're seeing our rain mostly manageable right now. But again, the reason that we're cutting in is our tornado warnings. This is our service that we do for the public here at WWL TV, and just want to get everyone aware that there's a potentially quite dangerous storm around Diamond Head right now, racing off to the northeast fairly quickly. So officially, we still have that warning out. Let's check in really quickly with our velocity, and you can see it's still there. You can still see it as we look here. It would be the rotation very close to that same spot around Kill and Diamond Head. And let's kind of look at the movement of the line. And it is moving, so this is not going to last forever. Just like we saw the really heavy band moving through the New Orleans area and much of the North Shore earlier, this is going to be moving off to the east as we get into the rest of the afternoon. So this is not going to be a very long live sort of situation with the tornado warning over in Hancock County. And really, this is the eastern edge of the area, that we're seeing the heavy rain reach now. Checking in one more time with our National Weather Service chat. Let's see, still kind of the same situation. Our warning going until about 3:30 p.m. and it's moving northeast, by the way, at about 30 miles per hour. So I'll go back and we'll do our little tracker again really quickly for those of you who might just be turning on your TV because you got the warning on your phone, and we will go just like this. Give me 1 second here. Off to the northeast. So this is about where the rotation is right now. So that means roughly around Kill pretty much at this point, and then on toward Fenton maybe right after 3 p.m., maybe 3:05, 3:07 Diamond Head potentially, and then on toward other spots like Lisana around 3:27. Here's our velocity product, and it does look like this is progressing. I mean, it's moving at 30 miles per hour, so it does. Okay, it does continue that way. I'm hearing there are 6,200 power outages in Hancock County. One of the producers just told me that in my earpiece. So we are seeing some high wind gusts, as I was pointing out earlier, with the whole section that it looks like might have some higher wind gusts. So in this entire Hancock County area, this would be some of the higher wind gusts potentially, and then around here, right on the southern end of what we would call the Boeing section, you could see the rotation that we've been talking about, and this is moving off to the northeast and will pretty soon be out of our official viewing area as it continues from Hancock County over into Harrison County. I know some people pick us up over there for the New Orleans station, even if you're in the kind of central and maybe even eastern parts of coastal Mississippi. So still tracking this, and of course we officially cover Hancock County in our viewing area. So this is why we're breaking into coverage and just getting you the latest on what's happening with that cell. So it does look like this is going to be continuing. This is the shaded area, and zooming in, you can see the spots that are included. The rotation again is right at Kill right now, and then Diamond Head, Mississippi is included. Other spots include, if it were to continue with the rotation, eventually maybe toward Riceville, officially in that little polygon, we call it, that the National Weather Service draws out to show where the rotation is happening. And here is the rotation showing up on radar. So we can see it. Let me change my tool here so I can kind of show you. This is where it is, just outside now of Kill and right around Diamond Head. So this would be the potential spot. And again, it's almost about to leave our area into Harrison County. So please bear with me if you're not near this tornado warning. I know it seems like it's a long way away, but this is part of what we do to alert people in southeast Louisiana and coastal Mississippi about these warnings. Other spots farther south, if you're wondering what else is coming our way, well, actually at the moment, this is just our round that we were expecting today of some rain, mostly just light to moderate at this point, although it was a little heavy earlier in the afternoon, prompting those flash flood warnings that you see in the bright green. But we're seeing it really a lot lighter now as far as the rain goes. The heavy rain threat going down a little bit. If you're curious about the rest of today, I'll track our model really quickly so you can have an idea of what we might see as we move through the afternoon. And this is for you folks in Mississippi too, to kind of get a feel for when this might move out. Look at this, it's about 3 p.m. Model doing a pretty good job of showing that line of rain. But fast forward toward 4 and 5, and we might actually have a pretty decent lull in the rain as this system continues off to the east. So we were seeing it early this morning out to the west, then it moved in around lunchtime and early afternoon, and then I think we should get a break in many spots with the rain becoming lighter. But this is what happens as we move toward overnight. Even at 9 p.m. might be quiet, but 2 a.m. we might see another round, and then this could take us towards 6 or 7 a.m. Now I will say this latest model run is going a lot faster with this next round of rain, so it looks like it might be done for some of us even by around sunrise or just after sunrise tomorrow. And then we'll be looking for that front to continue through our area, and it'll eventually make it nice and less humid. We've been saying a little break in humidity to start, end Thursday, and to bring us into the start of the Memorial Day weekend on Friday. And some models are showing the little break in humidity might continue into Saturday too, at least a slight break, and then the mugginess kind of gradually builds more and more. Let's check in and see if there are any new updates, any confirmations or sightings. That we have not heard of that so far. Let's see, tornado warning continued for now for that part of Hancock County and Harrison County. Movement is to the northeast at 30 miles per hour, as I've been saying, and it's around Kill or just east of Kill now. We've been tracking the rotation moving over Kill and over very close to or just north of Diamond Head, on the northern side of Diamond Head perhaps. And they're also, let's see, something unrelated to the tornado warning, but that's really what we're cutting in right now about. So let me just kind of bring you back to this, and the leading edge of this is where we're seeing the rotation. So not too much longer probably with this that it will be. In fact, it's right now on the very edge of Hancock County, about to move in to Harrison County. So this would be the rotation. We were saying east of Kill now. When we started this morning, it was approaching Kill and Diamond Head, Mississippi, and now it's almost on the county line between Hancock and Harrison County. So still rotation, still showing up there, and still officially, the warning until 3:30, tracking over a little bit farther to the west. Look at Baton Rouge. It's actually dry now that it's moved through that area, and where we are in New Orleans, Tahoma and Mandeville and many of our North Shore spots, still rain for sure. We've also talked a bit about how beneficial this rain is. Now, no one needs a bunch of inches of rain all at once to cause a lot of flooding problems, but we have been in drought conditions, and some spots have been picking up rain over the past couple of days with this rainier setup that we've had, but others have not. So this is more of a widespread sort of setup where we're seeing the rain, even light and moderate showers crossing our area. So this is all going to help with the drought conditions that we have had lately. Of course, we don't need flood warnings or enough heavy rain to prompt flood warnings, but thankfully we're not really seeing a whole lot of reports of of very dangerous situations in these locations because the rain has been able to ease enough, I think, to make it hopefully pretty manageable for most spots. Now, if you know of spots that do tend to fill up when we have rain events like this, you might want to avoid them or find a different route that you know of that might work instead of that. But we do still have the rain, just not as heavy. And just tracking one more time as we see that rotation leaving Hancock County and moving into Harrison. We'll get you back to your programming in just a little bit, but we still do have that tornado warning for that part of our area. Otherwise, just seeing the light to moderate showers. And again, all crossing our area, just trudging to the east through the afternoon, probably leaving us with a pretty nice break by late afternoon and early evening. And that might even continue into the first part of tonight. But we've been talking about maybe another round overnight and early tomorrow morning before we dry out for the rest of the day tomorrow and into Friday. And then we have a long dry stretch coming up where we'll have a little break in humidity, but eventually getting a bit more humid after that. As for our temperatures, those have really dropped a lot because of the rain. So our temperature is only around 70 degrees or so. So this evening might be pretty pleasant for a lot of us. And just kind of thinking what else to show you here. We have had some high wind gusts even outside of where the thunderstorms have been. We saw some gusts near 40 miles per hour at the lakefront earlier today. Now we're seeing near 30 mile per hour gusts at Gulfport, but elsewhere mostly seeing our winds in the 10 to 15 or so, 5 to 15 or so mile per hour range. And so one more time, we will track where that rotation is. And if it is heading farther outside of our area, we will bring our on-air portion of this morning to a close, and we'll continue to update you online, on our website, on social media, and so forth. But we are now seeing that cell continuing out into Harrison County. Check in one more time with the National Weather Service chat to see if they have any updates on that or what their plans are. It looks like they're just kind of highlighting the other parts of this cell where there is still strong thunderstorm activity. There will be some kind of gusty winds, plenty of lightning with this system into Hancock, Pearl River counties, and Harrison County in Mississippi. So something to watch for. And also they've extended now the flash flood warning for St. Charles and St. John the Baptist parishes. They've said that now ends at 4:15. So just to kind of cover any spots that might be flooding over there that might still have a little bit of water, or people who might have some issues over there, because that warning, as I mentioned earlier, was issued earlier than these other ones for New Orleans and for Slidell. And these warnings go until 4:45, I believe. So in the 4 o'clock hour, probably things will be easing, or we'll see those warnings go away at least. But nice to see already the lighter rain in those spots. So I think this will be maybe our last bit of looking at the radar for this particular warning. So this is where the rotation would be, right on the line, Hancock and Harrison County, north of Diamond Head right now. If you're in this box and watching us from Harrison County, please go ahead, take cover, and just kind of turn up the volume on your TV, wait for that cell to pass. But also you might want to check in with some of your other coastal stations over there, because our official viewing area is pretty much almost in the clear right now. This is our rotation entering Harrison County north and now northeast of Diamond Head, Mississippi. This is continuing at 30 miles per hour. I'll do one more tracker just to kind of get you updated if you do happen to be in this spot. Looks like it'll continue roughly this way, heading toward eventually Lisana at about 3:20, 3:15 or so. So that would be the next spot, kind of a bigger spot that it would come up on. So I think that'll do it for now. We got you covered in Hancock County. The storm is passing to the east of Hancock, heading into Harrison County, Mississippi. Again, it goes until 3:30 p.m. and we'll get back with you here on air if we do have more tornado warnings. Otherwise, please just continue to watch us. We'll be on at 5, 6, and 10. And of course, we'll have coverage before then and really in the next few minutes, even on our social media accounts and at WWLTV.com and on our app.
From Channel 4's Eyewitness News, this has been your local weather expert alert, brought to you by Egan Insurance Agency.
I remember going into the school on that Wednesday, and there was a group of kids who purposely decided to wear trench coats and walk down the hallway. And when they were confronted and told